You ever see a shadow out of the corner of your eye? Have you ever had that feeling that something or someone is watching you? Do you ask yourself why these spirits are here? What do they want? Are they lost? Or are they trapped? I'm Ryan, and I run a paranormal group called Nuclear Soul Seekers. These are just some of the questions we ask when we do an investigation. We just don't try to get evidence of the paranormal. We try to get answers.
Where's the lady from upstairs one keeping you here?
You're listening to Trapped Souls. Welcome to Trapped Souls. I'm Ryan.
I'm Erin.
My co-host Erin, and we're here with Craig and Bird, two of our fellow members of Nuclear Soul Seekers. We're here to talk about why they started ghost hunting, investigating, and why Craig doesn't believe in anything.
So he has no soul.
And he has no soul. It's trapped. So as always, you can contact us at trapsouls0@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Trap Souls. There's also a website on there that you can get all of our podcasts from, and you can follow us on Nuclear Soul Seekers also.
And hit those like buttons. Jeez.
Oh yeah, hit those like buttons. So we're going to talk about that. We also have our giveaway today. We're going to give away a hoodie. And as I said, we're going to also, I think there's 8 people that put down for the giveaway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 people that put down for the giveaway on our Facebook page. And we'll be giving out a mug of some sort, or travel mug. And I guess I have to throw Sarah's name in there too.
Yeah, I was going to say, she'll be really upset.
And she's going to lose automatically anyway, so. All right, so Craig, now we know that we talked before, you're not a believer, I guess. You started off as a non-believer.
Still non-believer, but more interested now.
Interested. So, like we talked before, you mainly just come because Erin makes you come. And in the beginning, and now he's starting to enjoy it a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I go and he enjoys my company. But,
Sure.
He says your name in his sleep.
Yeah. It happens. Was there anything growing up that made you, I know you don't believe in it, but you couldn't really have an answer for?
I don't know about growing up, but in the Navy, I lived in a 2-story house. The second story rented the apartment. And every night at midnight, you'd hear footsteps come up the steps. There'd be one beep on the smoke detector and disappear. And when it first started happening, what in the world? I got to the point, well, this is going to happen every night. It's not doing anything to me, but couldn't explain it.
So you couldn't explain it, so unexplained, but you still don't believe it.
Correct.
Okay, makes sense to me. But I mean, do you believe there's something out there?
I believe that there's a possibility, but until it walks up, slaps me in the face, and there's nothing else there, then I still have questions.
I will say, I don't think that he's just a non-believer. Nothing has happened for him personally in the 20 years that we've been together, that other than that one night at the house in West Springfield. So
Right.
Nothing major has ever, occurred. So.
I mean, so how do you explain the last time we played a game down at Fairfield that it said your name?
I can't explain that.
I mean, it was plain as day.
Oh, yeah. It like I said, as something walks up, kicks me, what? When we were sitting there in the hallway when that happened, and I was trying to get something to slap my hand, if that would have happened, I would have, whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
but
You would have peed.
No,
Yeah.
I honestly think you had your hand up, and if your hand would have went back, you probably would have made some excuse of why it happened.
You're probably right, but back in my head,
All right, so Erin, what do you say about Craig and his investigation skills?
So, for anybody that knows Craig, knows he's pretty practical 99.9% of the time. He brings that skepticism, which I do like, because he's really going to look at something and be like, hold up, let's look, let's see why A, B, or C happened, and then kind of break it down. And thankfully, he will admit if he does not know what it was, he's going to be like, nope, got nothing. I don't know what's going on. So, and that's just who he is on a day to day. So
That's what I like. I mean, I try to debunk everything. I try to debunk, EVPs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones I do play are the ones I know that are true EVPs. I
right.
will never play anything that I question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he does try to debunk everything. If he can't explain it, he can't explain it.
Right.
And, spirits are not explained. That's why they are. But we'll go to Bird real quick.
All right.
So I've been with Bird investigating for 10 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
So
I got into it watching ghost shows with my uncle when I was younger. Mainly laughing at them. The really dislike the ghost shows or hunters that go in and scream and run out. It's like, okay, that's what you idiots are there for, Then met you and we started doing ghost hunting and doing different stuff. And most of my encounters are because you sicking a ghost after me.
yeah, I do have a tendency to do that to Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah.
And Sarah. Anything besides watching shows when you were younger? Any experiences that happened to you?
You'd always hear noises in houses, and it's a lot of stuff that you can say was the house settling or what have you. But my grandfather's house, the one thing that was unexplained is from the kitchen, you'd be home alone and you'd hear somebody pretty much yell your name from the kitchen, and you get up and no one was there. And it happened to multiple family members. And it would just be a quick, like, Mike or Tim, and you get up, go look, and nothing.
So on that note, do you think that's possible that it was a old family member?
I believe so. I had an incident at my grandfather's house where I had the sleep paralysis thing, which could have been just dream state or what have you, but it felt like there was something looking in the room at me. It was just like a staticky form, like the TV static, and I couldn't move, and I just ended up waking up in the morning just terrified.
I think a lot of house hauntings like that with names calling and everything else I think it's someone's watching you, like looking after you.
My uncle had always said it felt like his grandmother, which would have been my great-great-grandmother, was patrolling the house, the hallways. He felt like she would walk the house and just look in on the rooms at people. He never explained it or whatever. It was just a feeling that he had had.
And that's the thing. Like, people are so scared of spirits, but it should be comforting that there's someone watching you, like looking out for you. I mean, there's probably stuff that happened that you don't know about that she's looked out for you and all your family. So it's kind of neat. I mean, everybody's always so scared of spirits and ghosts walking around, but there are good spirits out there that have your best interest.
Yeah, my sister is in that house now, and her and her kids, they've all experienced the voice calling from the kitchen.
And with you saying that, one thing that I was thinking about as you started talking about it, have you heard about mimics? You know about mimics?
Yes.
So, as you started saying that was the first thing, but the fact that everybody feels comfortable and is, it tends to lean more towards like what he was saying, that person, that matriarch, patriarch, whatever is in your house, just being like, okay, everything is good. I'm just keeping an eye.
The mimic thing would suck.
Yeah, yes it would.
So is this a house in Ohio?
Yes. Ashtabula, down from the hospital.
Okay.
I think we might have
to go visit.
My sister's not the tidiest person.
No, okay.
So
You see those shows that
Yeah.
some of them go to?
we could do a hoarders episode and a ghost hunting episode.
But luckily, it's a podcast and you can't see that stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
But I think we, us four,
Yeah.
maybe do a little investigation
Yeah.
there and maybe get some answers.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be a good trip. And obviously, we'll just go out there, and if your sister's up for it, I don't know.
I could ask her and see.
Yeah, ask her. It'll be because that's the kind of stuff I want to do. Is that's what we always try to do is find answers.
And the other thing, back to what you were saying, remember, if you think that you have a house that you have something in there, whatever it is, and you would like for us to investigate, contact us on Facebook, through the email. Let us know if you want us to come through and, do an investigation or sit down and talk with you. We're more than happy to do that to help you get answers. That is our goal, to get answers. It is not to be these famous running around ghost hunter people. We just want to help people out.
So, bird, we started with Madison.
Yeah, the
Not
seminary was
not much.
the first one was little activity, but you had that EVP that had said bird as we were were leaving.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It seems like every investigation we've done, there's been something that focuses on me or says my name.
It does like you.
Yeah. So we've done Madison, and we've done 2 bigger ones, Trans-Allegheny.
That was really interesting.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that.
Just don't let me use my GPS and we'll be fine.
We don't want to let Bird drive.
No, good. He's directionally impaired like I am. Great. Okay, good to know.
So we'll talk a little about Trans-Allegheny because we never really got into it because Tegan and I talked about it a little bit. I know Bird's had some experiences down there, so I don't have any EVPs on that, but we'll let him talk about a couple of experiences. And I know one he's probably going to bring up. And we'll let him explain it.
That was your fault. Yeah. So I was in I can't remember what floor we were on, but I was at the nurse's station. And Ryan and Ashley were down in a mental ward where they had put somebody who was mentally ill or challenged with 2 criminally insane individuals, and they basically tortured this poor guy to death. But he was a mute individual, so he could not speak. And in Feaster's investigation over there in that side, a totally different wing, he had told the guy to come say something behind my back, or say something to me. And I was just snapping pictures in the nurse's station, and behind me, I hear right behind my head. I spin around, nobody's there. I start looking under beds and everything else. And then Ryan and Ashley come down the hallway probably about 5 minutes later, and they kind of stop and stare at me, and I'm staring at them. And then Ryan starts laughing because he kind of knows what the hell happened.
I already see his face. I know that grin he gets.
But when he had told the ghost to come say something to me and all I got was a sigh, I'm correlating that to the guy was mute, and that's the only sound he could make, and that's why I didn't hear a voice.
Yeah, so, what he said, it wasn't really a nurse station, it's where the doctors and nurses stay. They're like bedrooms. Like, since you walk up the steps on every hallway, there's 4 bedrooms, 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and they used to that's where they slept. So yeah, I told the person to go whisper in Bird's ear, and we were 400 or 500 feet away, and when we walked up to Bird, he looked confused. He was standing
that's
in
my
a doorway.
normal.
I was going to say, that's normal.
He was standing in the doorway and looking back, not even saying anything. I'm just kept looking back, and we're like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Something just breathed into my ear." And Ashley was like, "Oh my God, dude, that's awesome!" And Bird's like, "Ryan, what'd you do?" So I always try that in every investigation. It's like, "Hey, go mess with this person. They're upstairs," and it's worked multiple times.
Yeah.
Fairfield, I told to say Sarah's name.
Yeah.
And it did. When you guys were 2 floors above us in the jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
And of course we didn't tell her that till after. But we didn't know about it till after.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you're investigating, just ask questions and try to get them to interact with other people. So Trans-Allegheny is cool. Like he said, the mute. I actually did have someone reach out to me about Trans-Allegheny, and I gave him a message on Facebook asking about the hot spots. So if you do go to Trans-Allegheny, your guides will give you all the hot spots. Now the person with the mute was 2 people. There's 3 people in this room. Different stories. The guy hung himself, whatever. The supposedly real story is they tortured this guy, then end up beating his head in with the bedpost, like laying him on the ground and smashing his head in with the corner of the bed.
Oh, that's good.
Then they hung him to make it look like a suicide. The guy that actually killed.
My wife's gonna kill me. He stabbed himself 12 times.
So the guy that actually killed him went to a different prison, and when he was dying, said he's coming back to Trans-Allegheny to haunt, pretty much. He's like, I'm going back to Trans-Allegheny. So that's where that spirit comes from. We investigated twice, spent plenty of time in that room, never had anything. Most of the hot spots, I think, spirits are just over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I told this guy on Facebook, now the place in the bathroom where the guy got stabbed 42 times or something like that, because he was called a homosexual by another inmate. So the guy went and stabbed the guy 42 times in the bathroom. We had action in there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't action from the victim, it was action from the guy who actually killed him. That was like the only spot that was like hot. Considering hot spots, what they call. I told this guy, and do it everywhere. I'm like, just sit in the hallway, in a dark hallway. And that's why we do it on investigations, because of Trans-Allegheny. Just sit and listen and ask questions.
We had that one room that we went into where there was knocking in the closet and all that, and it wasn't even a hot spot.
That was when I saw that shadow walk into that room.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, if you feel something, go in there. So I saw that. I mean, I explained in the last one of the podcasts. I saw a gray shadow figure walk in his room. I couldn't get in the room.
Okay.
I tried walking in, it went out by me.
Ooh.
Ashley and Bert came up. They did not see the shadow. Ashley could not get in that room without a flashlight. As soon as we turned a flashlight on, we walked in that room. There's 4 small closets
Oh, good God.
in there. Obviously, I was trying to get Bert to get in the closet.
I got one of them. But
That was the second
it-
time. The
it's-
first time he wouldn't go in.
Yeah.
So the closet he was sitting next to, like, I'm like, go in that closet. He's like, no. So literally 10 seconds later, it sounded like a sheet of drywall fell on the floor in that closet.
You get like the creepy feeling in
Yeah.
that room.
I wish you guys could see my face. I understand this is, a podcast, but my God.
So we looked in the closet, nothing on the floor. But it sounded like almost like a brick falling in that closet.
Okay.
So therefore, Bird did not go in that closet.
Yeah, Trans-Allegheny, if you are a skeptic, I think it will have you changing your mind a little, if not a lot.
I want him, definitely.
We shall see.
No,
So I'll tell you, of all the places, like, obviously I love renting out places on our own because we get it ourselves. Mansfield, wasn't a big fan. Too many people.
Right.
Trans-Allegheny does a wonderful job. The owner does a great job. All the guides are great there. They split you up, 10 people per floor, and it's 9 acres of flooring. So you have plenty of room.
Yeah, you're not going to run into somebody else. Yeah.
Some of the hot spots, there's some groups that kind of hog
Mm-hmm.
Again,
the area, but
that's what I'm saying. If you do go Trans-Allegheny and there's a hot spot and you're up there for 2 hours, don't hog that hot spot for 2 hours. Other people want to investigate it. That's me just being me. Because we did run into that once.
a lot of bats.
Oh yeah, you're going to get hit by a bat.
You
too.
will get startled.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Oh, they love you too. There,
Oh,
so.
yeah.
That's Trans-Allegheny. We do plan going there probably next year sometime. That will be not on our big road trip, I decided. We'll just go down there and investigate it, have a good time. There are outbuildings of Trans-Allegheny.
I've never been able to do those.
Yeah, I really want to do those, trying to see if we can do a back-to-back down there. Do Trans-Allegheny one night, do the outbuildings the next night. We'll have to see. It's never worked out for us.
Okay.
But if you do get a chance to go down Trans-Allegheny, do it. The history of it is awesome. It's a cool place. Check it out. So we're going to do a giveaway. Got my trusty wheel here.
God, you're bad with all that.
Ah,
Also, if you have places that you've heard of that you would like us to investigate other than, personal homes, let us know. I know that we've got a list that's going on of all the different places that we're looking at. I found a few through Facebook or just reading random articles. Even, there's a bunch of places in New York that I'm really looking into as of right now, which I think would be really cool for all of us. And it's like a 2-hour ride from here, so it's not bad by any means.
no. Yeah, any places we're willing to investigate. I said Fairfield wasn't that active for us. Was active for the girls. Someone texted me about Bel Air House that they were there and there was really nothing happening. It all depends when you go.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on your demeanor. Like, sometimes spirits want to talk to you, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, what you were saying about hogging an area. You might not be getting something because, if you're going in there and they don't want to be bothered or whatever, they're not going to show up. It's kind of like a human.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, Bel Air House is going to be cool. There's 8 of us going down next month. It's coming fast.
yeah, it is.
8 of us going down, and we're going to investigate that. And that'll be our next podcast about Bel Air House. I think it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of stuff that's going on there. So, all right, so we're going to do a giveaway. First giveaway is going to be the Trap Souls Hoodie. Again, to be able to get your prize, you actually have to listen to the podcast. Okay? I'm not going to post this on Facebook, who won, until they tell me they won. So if your name is, if someone is picked, and I don't hear from them time we do Bel Air podcast, I am going to draw another name.
There you go.
And more people might be in the drawing. So if it wasn't your name picked, and you know the person, don't tell them. Because you're going to miss out on a pretty cool hoodie that I designed.
They're really comfortable, too.
And Craig got one, which Erin stole.
That's right.
Typical.
Uh-huh.
All right, so here we go. We have Craig, not this Craig, different Craig, Whit, Griff, Carrie, Bird, Espedia, all in his drawing. That puts Sarah in it too, but she won't win the hoodie, so it doesn't matter. I just put her name in there for the coffee mug. So here we go. And Bird's going to verify it on sheet.
We're spinning.
Spin, spin, spin.
Fucking
Alright.
Sarah.
All right, she don't win that. That's she's gonna win. She's only for the coffee mug. Of course, I say her name. It's Google. So, all right, Griff.
Hey!
Slips, griffs, and falls.
Yeah. So, Griff, you win the hoodie. Listen to the podcast.
You better.
Let me know at work or post it. Comment on the giveaway. I'll get your size. I'll get that ordered, and we'll get you your Trap Souls hoodie. Thanks for representing, and thanks for playing.
Yay!
All right, so next is going to be the coffee mug. Griff, sorry, you can't win the coffee mug. Because I'm trying to spread the wealth here. There we go. Round and round we go. Roberto Espedia.
Hey!
You get yourself
I will clap for everybody because these guys won't.
Espedia. Get yourself a travel mug. We'll get that out to you as soon as I get the orders in.
Keep it away from Sarah.
Keep it away from Sarah. She might come and steal it. We'll give those away. We'll have another giveaway. I think right now we're at 25 followers.
Yay!
Facebook Trap Souls. We hit 50. We'll do another giveaway.
Nice. Tell your friends to listen
Yeah, tell your friends.
and to join us. We're fun.
So I don't know how many downloads we're at. Looks like 45, something like that.
I just listen on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube actually does have a lot. So when I hit 150 downloads throughout the podcast, I'll do another giveaway also. And Sarah will do a solo hunt somewhere.
Oh
Oh.
my god. Poor
Oh,
Sarah.
we're going to Bel Air House. So if we get 50 followers before Bel Air House, Sarah do a solo hunt
And Sarah's solo in the attic.
in the attic. Don't tell her,
Mean.
but there's a spirit out there that tries to push you out the window. So
Oh my god.
we're going to make her look out the window and not tell her, see what happens.
I feel like I'm the only sane person here today.
It's only 2 stories. It won't hurt that bad.
Tuck and roll.
Oh God. Oh.
So, no, hopefully Sarah doesn't get pushed out a window. But if we get 50 followers and you want to find out,
We'll
follow
see if we
us.
can get her pushed out
Yeah,
a window.
we'll see if we can
Without.
get pushed out.
We can try.
Again, we do like to have fun during our investigations, but we are serious about trying to find answers, trying to get, spirits released. Let them know they're not trapped there if they don't want to be there, but there are a lot of spirits that do want to stay there.
Yeah.
So that's what they're comfortable with. Again, we got a couple more investigations coming up. We got Bel Air House. We're going to go do Bill Manor this year sometime. And through our Facebook survey I took, asking people what we should do, Bill Manor or Old Hospital. It was definitely Old Hospital.
Not surprised.
Where's that one at?
West Virginia.
Yeah.
So another one we can run out ourselves. It is a big hospital with a lot of stuff going on. And it's a bucket list for me, so we will be doing that this
Well,
year.
Depends for Sarah.
You put Craig in the morgue.
He'll
Bring
go
it
to
in.
sleep.
Yeah. The morgues really don't. They're creepy, but they don't really have much activity.
Yes.
Kind of like graveyards.
There's more. It's more creepy because you know what's going on there, as opposed to someplace like, let's say, a hospital ward where people are actively dying. There's active that energy that's coming out.
By the time they get to the morgue, they're dead already.
Yeah, right.
So I mean,
Most of the time, hopefully.
I've had.
Depends on how old the hospital was.
It's true.
I've worked in a hospital and I've seen bodies move, because their muscles contract. That's freaky.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
Physiological. That's all.
we'll go through. Bird, you've done Madison, Fairfield, Trans-Allegheny. What other ones have you done?
That is about it.
All right.
That is
Rate
about
them.
it.
Rate them 1 through 3.
Oh, jeez. Trans-Allegheny is numero uno. Madison Seminary, number 2 so far. Fairfield would be 3rd. I think the seminary, though, like the first time we went, there wasn't a lot in there, and they're bringing in more antiques and other stuff. So I think it's a haunting on items and antiques more than it is the building itself being haunted at this point.
Yeah, they're bringing things in that something has an attachment to. So
That's the thing. You didn't do the Madison last time we were there, so I'd say haunted spirit. I don't want to say haunted. Activity-wise, I'd have to go Madison first.
okay.
Trans-Allegheny's cool. You'll see stuff at Trans-Allegheny that you won't see at Madison, like the Creeper.
No, that guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's basically a shadow figure that kind of moves very demonically down a hallway and comes toward you. We've not experienced it yet, but that's the story on one of the floors.
Okay, so you say you didn't experience it yet. So
Well,
first time, it was just me, you, and Ashley. Tegan wasn't there.
oh,
Walking down the hallway, I was behind you and Ashley. You both stopped.
I believe that was a bat.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it was a bat.
Okay.
I think now when we were sitting at the end of the hallway and it looked like somebody was walking back and forth, that was really cool. But it wasn't how they described the creeper.
All right, because I didn't see anything, but Ashley and him both put their arms out and backed up like something crawled in front of them.
It's like something had moved like right across our faces. Neither of us got a good look.
Okay.
I believe it was probably a bat.
Okay.
All right, so me and Tegan did see the creeper
Ah.
when we were there, and I explained this on the last show that Bird and Ashley were about 15 feet in front of us, and me and Tegan are walking, and this shadow, 2 foot high on all fours, ran across the hallway into a room. And we both were like, and she looked at me, and she's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw that." And that's the room we tried to go into, and Tegan wouldn't go into because
Gotcha.
then her hair got pulled.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Oh, that's right. Short hair did get pulled
Yeah,
up.
twice. So, I mean, I believe that was the creeper.
Okay.
I don't know what else it could be. A dog, maybe. I don't know.
Shadow figures of those too, apparently.
I mean, I never really heard of ghost dogs, but you hear of ghost cats all the time.
There are ghost dogs. There are, well, the black dogs, the Grim. There are ghost dogs.
All right, so we plan on doing. Craig has no experiences. Madison and Fairfield, like which one?
Madison, hands down.
Hands down. Erin.
Madison, because I was
I need to get back to Madison.
Madison, I had more things happen there, and I had a lot more responses to me.
Yeah.
I would say Fairfield only due to the room where I was asking questions and Tegan was talking and the flashlights and everything. But it would have been Madison because I was physically pushed at Madison. The hand that tried grabbing me down in the classroom.
Was it a classroom or the drunk cell?
No, but we heard the guy walk through the drunk cell or the drunk tank down there. Yeah, so I mean, Madison definitely is up there. I've had my own personal experience with like personal haunted houses, like friends' houses, but yeah, Madison's up there.
Yeah, I mean, Madison is my favorite so far. We plan on doing other places. So
Yep.
Bucket list, we talked about that. We know Erin's and mine. Bird, any bucket list place that we should go visit?
Winchester Mansion.
I am down. You have my vote.
Again, doing a couple this year. We'll try to get back to Madison. I did talk to Craig about Madison. She's looking at him. He pretty much denied my theory or what I wanted to do.
To me, right?
I thought about running out and just having me and you investigate all night.
Okay. I mean, I would do it.
I figure since you're my co-host,
I would do. Okay, I would do it yeah.
you have to stay there the whole night though.
Right.
But I mean, if like me and you just did a dual hunt, like,
Yeah.
there will be times when I'd be on the first floor, you'd be on the third floor.
Okay.
Then we thought maybe like me, Tegan, you and Craig
Okay.
do a 4, or
Yeah.
me, Sarah, you and
We
Craig.
could almost do each floor, each
Yeah.
section. Yeah. Okay.
I think less people there. I mean, we always try to bring new people in that's never done this before.
Because you thought it would be quieter.
Yeah, and I think just, well, doing 4 people with, I guess, more respect for the spirits.
Mhm.
Like, we're not there just...
It's not like blasting through somebody's house and just,
Yeah.
a bunch of noise. It's, yeah, I understand what you're talking about. Having more, it's quieter. You're more concentrated on what's going on in that moment, too.
more controlled.
Yeah. Yes. There we are.
So, I mean, Bellard House, we're going to do a little more control. Investigations. No, but Bellard House is going to be cool. We'll try to do Madison. We'll set something up. Get 4 of us to go out there. Again, this is going to be our last Know the Group podcast. A couple people couldn't make it, and I'm not going to wait around. So we're going to do, they will be on the shows sooner or later. How I pick who's on the podcast, Erin and I both discuss it. Not really, I just do it.
Yeah, I just
Trying
like
to
a
give
text
her,
message.
trying to give her credit because she's my co-host.
That's right.
But if she disagrees with it, she'll tell me, which I don't have a problem with. Once we do an investigation, if they had a cool experience or I feel like they have input into the podcast, I'll ask them to be on a podcast. You're just not going to be on a podcast just to be on a podcast like I am, but this is my podcast, so you're stuck with me.
And he needs me to keep everything going, so.
Yeah. Obviously, we have nicknames for everybody. Well, Erin, I don't have a nickname for
No,
you.
no one has a nickname for me.
Bird is Bird, so that's not his real name. When did they start calling you Bird?
When I first got hired 22 years ago.
So is it because you look like Big Bird?
There's some confusion as to whether it's Big Bird or Larry Bird.
Oh, okay.
Like, looking at you, it's kind of like
I see Larry Bird. I get that.
maybe Larry Bird and Big Bird had a baby.
And I popped out.
And he popped out. But Craig, nicknames. used to call him Hillbillier.
Hank Hill, guys. Everybody called him Hank Hill for the longest time.
I've never heard of
You've
that.
never heard? Oh, yeah.
That was at
At the
when
prison.
I worked at the prison.
Okay.
Don't let him lie to you. He was in. No, he wasn't.
Aaron, no nickname.
I don't have a nickname. If you
We need
guys
to
want to
work
come
on
up with
that
a
today.
decent nickname, I will accept it.
We need to work on this. Yeah, we'll figure a nickname. I mean, nicknames just come about during investigation.
Like Sarah. Sarah.
Yeah, you got Air Sarah, Screaming Sarah. I like to call her Bait. So, I did come up with a name for Craig. It's not really a word, more of an acronym. ESH. I call it Emotional Support Husband.
He is. That's perfect.
So I guess you call him Esh.
Ish.
So
So we're not allowed to pet him?
You can.
Oh, okay.
He does bite and he does not have a current rabies. So it's up to you.
So, like, trying to think about, like, coming up to this podcast, like, so what is Craig to the group? And I'm like, he's an investigator. He likes asking questions. But he is an emotional support husband over everything.
Yeah.
And that's why he started it. Like, because Aaron told him he had to.
Yeah, that's right.
And he told me he had to because of Aaron. Contact us at trapsouls0@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook at trapsouls. There's also a website link on there that will give you to all the podcasts. And you can follow our group, Nuclear Soul Seekers. If you ever want any merchandise, let me know. We can get that out to you. But it is some cool stuff.
And if you have, again, any recommendations, let us know. If you have a house or an area that is near us and you want us to come in and investigate, let us know.
Not much more to talk about. Again, thanks for listening to Trap Souls. Getting to know Bird, a little bit about Craig, man of many words. Again, if you have anything, contact us. Until next time.